By now, I'm sure you've all heard of MakingStarWars.net, but if you haven't, they have the best sources for all the rumors and Star Wars news regarding the new movies. An article they wrote a few months ago has been further expanded upon. It talks about the inhabitants of ach-to, and that Luke isn't alone, but rather sharing it with a group of creatures who have befriended and accepted him to stay on the planet. The creatures are said to resemble the native avians of the actual island, the puffins that call it home. However, a much more sinister looking puffin, something like a 15-inch gremlin bird with razor-sharp teeth, noting them as the Star Wars version of a Furby. Now they go on to say that all those part of the set have said nothing bad about them, rather they think they look really cool. Without any leaked pictures of them, I'm pulling all the concept photos I can from the internet to how these little creatures would be resembled. I think it's interesting how they're subtly hinting at Dagobah's creatures and life-filled swamp, however this time on ach-to. This leads us to Rey's battle with the sea monster. The leader and island protector of these puffin-type creatures ends up having screen time with Luke, and while he grants permission to Luke staying, he does not grant the same privilege to Rey. Rather, it's suggested that she's obligated to kill a giant sea monster, which may grant her acceptance and respect among the island's creatures. Now, the sea monster that I've put in the thumbnail is actually a Dargonsnake creature from Dagobah. Since it seems the producers and writers are really trying to go with the whole Dagobah theme here with Luke and Rey, as mentioned in my last video about Rey's teaser that we got. As Disney continues to expand on Star Wars, it's really obvious how they're taking pieces from the already legends and bending it to make new canon. The Dargonsnake is actually a creature that Luke fights on Dagobah in the comics, and also Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars, which were both pretty epic battles. So if Rey does end up fighting the sea monster, it's a good bet that it would look just like the Legends creature that Luke went up against. Dargonsnakes were well armored with razor fins, and had rows of sharp teeth and fangs in their mouth. They used their wide tails to propel them through their watery habitat. While having long arms, they mostly used those for digging or grasping. They could also weigh up to over 50,000 kilograms. The Dargonsnake was a patient predator, usually lying in the sand of the sea under the water until its prey wandered too close to the water's edge. Lashing out with its fins and fangs, the Dargonsnake would drag its victim underwater, coiled in its body until it drowned. This could prove a pretty big test for Rey and something really cool to see on screen. It would exemplify her patience, which would make sense as that is the key tactic to a Jedi.
But be patient, Anakin.
I think this giant sea monster, if it does happen, will showcase just how powerful Rey is with the Force, and how much Luke has taught her with his new powers as well. Now, in an interview with Empire Online, Daisy Ridley revealed huge Star Wars 8 spoilers. She spoils that the storyline of Episode 8 will revolve around I. She goes on to say, I sums up so many things. It's powerful, it's life. She said, I've actually given you a big spoiler. Personally, I have absolutely no idea what she means here, but if any of you do know, or can think of what she's trying to hint at, then write your thoughts below. The film's arrival is slowly beginning to leak more and more details and rumors, and while they're all fun to read and theorize, it just builds my anticipation more and more for the final release on December 15th. As mentioned previously, this movie is hyped up to be extremely dark and sinister, rivaling, if not besting, that of The Empire Strikes Back, which I think is impossible, but
we shall see. We shall see.
The teaser trailer is just 1 week away now, so you can expect a lot of new information coming towards us. I hope you enjoyed this video. Throw me a like if you did, and I'll see you all in tomorrow's episode of Star Wars Theory. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
The Force will be with you always.